Hello, I'm here to talk about the Catch Surf Heritage 8.6 Noserider. This board I've had for about a year, and it really is an essential board for my quiver. It's just a really good, small, mushy wave board. You can actually ride it in waves literally from like 6 inches probably to 6 feet. The one caveat is the waves, they have to be mushy. Like this board does not do well in a hollow wave. It's kind of like a real flat, wide, it's a long board. They call it a Noserider. I don't think it's actually a Noserider, but it does really well in mushy surf. It's got a ton of volume. It's got a ton of glide. It paddles fast. It's easy to surf. The one thing that was tricky when I first got on it was it's so flat tip to tail that it was difficult to kind of see where to sit on the board, because if you're too far forward, you're going to pearl the nose. If you're too far back, you're not going to catch the wave because you're sinking the tail. So it was kind of finding that sweet spot where I could paddle. Fortunately, the board paddles fast, but where I could paddle fast enough to catch the wave, not pearl the nose, and get to the rail as soon as I stood up. Anyway, so this board I've had for about a year, and like I said, it's an essential part of my quiver. One problem, doesn't do well in closeout waves, and I was riding it in closeout waves, and this was the result. The thing snapped in half. It was my fault 100%. I mean, I was paddling. Well, first off, the day like I got there, and the south end of the beach was kind of real mushy waves, super crowded with people. Would have been perfect for this board, but I didn't want to deal with the crowd. North end of the beach was like 4-foot closeouts, like it was just coming straight in and dumping. So I was like, well, I'll surf the north end because I don't want to deal with the crowd. And I surfed for about an hour and a half, and then my last wave, I don't know if it would have been my last wave if I hadn't snapped the board, but my last wave, I was paddling for it. I knew I was late, and I didn't want to go over the falls, so I pushed the board forward and my body back. I fell at the back of the wave, the board went over the falls and snapped in half. So 100% my fault. I mean, I put the board in a situation any board would have broke. It had nothing to do with the design or the construction of the board. Although, when you do look at the construction of this board, you can see that the stringers, there are 3 stringers, which is good for durability, but they are made out of low-grade plywood. I mean, they're not high-quality stringers, but you're never going to see them. Like you can't see them on the top or the bottom. So why make a nice maple stringer when you can kind of get away with putting a piece of plywood in there? I don't know how often these things break. I'm guessing most people ride them in more appropriate waves than what I was riding it in that day. Like I said, it was a dumping closeout beach break day, and I screwed up. Anyway, but as I was saying, this board kind of became a real essential part of my quiver, and that's why as soon as this one broke, I bought another one. So this is also an unboxing video, and this is my new Heritage Catch Surf Heritage 8.6 Noserider. They didn't have the boards in the black and pink anymore, so I got a different color, but I'm excited to open this thing up and have a look at it. Like I said, like this board kind of became like, I probably surfed this board more than any other board that I own over the last year. I mean, the thing is just like, it's just a good, easy board to ride. Catches waves easy. It's got enough rail, like the rails are hard enough to where you can kind of get into the wave and get down the line. The thing surfs really well. I mean, it's kind of like, if you don't already own a soft top, I would say get one, because it is somewhat of an essential board for your quiver, just for, even if you're just surfing, you know, mushy waves like on a crowded day, it kind of fits that profile, right? Like, because you don't have to worry about, you know, people bumping your board or anything like that. And it does really well in small surf, especially small mushy surf. Like for the summer, upcoming summer, like I would absolutely, well, I did. I mean, as soon as that one broke, I got another one. And I would recommend to anyone who's interested in getting a soft top, I highly recommend the 8.6 Noserider. It's a single fin, and the nice thing about this fin is that it is actually it's a real longboard fin. It has a fin box, and it has, and the fin itself is made out of fiberglass, and it has it's a fiberglass fin with a honeycomb design inside. You can see it's kind of a narrowed fin, so it's not really a Noserider fin. It turns really well. I don't know if it would hold in if you were actually doing nose riding. I'm not really a longboarder. I'm more of a, you know, I ride I have a groveler and I have a couple short boards, and that's kind of my main thing. And then, like I said, I rode this Catch Surf Heritage 8.6 Noserider more than any other board over the last year. And as soon as that one broke, I was like, I mean, I was disappointed, but I was also thought, well, I'm gonna buy another one of these, because these things just kind of fit that one little niche of where you need, you know, a good board that you can take out on a small day. If it's crowded, it's all good. You know, you can catch waves, you can get in early, you can get down the line, and it's just a really fun board. Anyway, that's my review of this board. Like I said, I liked it so much, I bought a second one after the first one broke. And I think it's an essential part of anyone's quiver, you know, just to have as kind of a backup, or if you're teaching someone to surf. Anyway, thanks for watching. That's my review.